Can I get your name, sir?
You don't have to answer any questions.
You're
We're
not
good.
breaking any laws. So.
Perfect, yeah.
In New Jersey or
Yes.
any state, you have to provide your name and information.
I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent
So let me
without
get
the
this straight.
presence of an
You're
attorney.
not going to provide a driver's license, registration, or
Do you suspect me of committing a crime or a moving violation?
I can't determine that.
So then the answer is no.
Man, I get it. Yeah.
You got your ID and your license and all that?
Yeah,
stuff?
I got all that stuff.
Okay, can I see it?
Yeah, no. If you look at the 379, hear me out. Under the 379 statutes, if you actually read 379, it pertains to Fish and Wildlife Commission officers.
Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. Today we have 3 clips to share with you. So our first video is brought to you by our buddies over at the Armed Fisherman channel. So here's what we got lined up. We're checking out the Orange Park Police Department in Florida. Our guy, Mr. Solyakar, the armed fisherman, is heading out to fish, open carrying as usual, and exercising his Second Amendment rights. But you know how it goes. Someone sees him and calls 911 and the cops roll in. The issue is here that once again the officers don't seem to have a clue about the laws they're supposed to be enforcing. And seriously, if you're enforcing the law, you should probably know it, right? Solyakar really nails it with the info in this one. I have included the links to these awesome channels featured in the video description. So hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't, and share your thoughts with us.
What up, dude? Man, I get it. Yeah.
You got your ID and your license and all that?
Yeah,
stuff?
I got all that stuff.
Okay, can I see it?
Yeah, no. If you look at the 379, hear me out. Under the 379 statutes, if you actually read 379, it pertains to Fish and Wildlife Commission officers. I do have a valid fishing license, and I'm clearly going fishing. Under 901-151, unless you suspect me of a crime, have committed a crime, or about to commit a crime.
Okay, so I have had numerous calls.
That's
from
fine.
concerned citizens.
Right.
Okay? So at this point, right now, all I'm trying to do is just identify you.
You don't have.
Hey, listen. And then after that, you're on your way. I understand.
Under Florida Statute 900 and 1.151, a police officer can't legally demand your ID unless they have what's called reasonable articulable suspicion that you're either currently committing, have committed, or are about to commit a crime. This statute is designed to protect your Fourth Amendment rights against unreasonable searches and seizures. Here's the deal. Reasonable articulable suspicion isn't just a hunch or a vague feeling. It means the officer must have specific and clear facts that point to a crime. For instance, seeing you near a place where a crime was recently reported might give them reasonable suspicion, but just thinking you look suspicious isn't enough. Many officers might throw around the term suspicion or reasonable articulable suspicion as if they're the same thing, but they aren't. The key difference is that suspicion alone doesn't cut it. There must be a clear, reasonable connection to a crime. If an officer can't explain what crime they suspect you of in a way that makes sense, they don't have the right to demand your ID.
You know.
But I have to be.
Listen.
There has to be a crime, man. I'm not trying to be hard about this. They run my name across the state of Florida. Obviously, I'm the guy that goes around the state of Florida doing this. You know what I mean? Like, I do this. Like, this is what I do. I'm not breaking the law. And under the law, 901-151, I'm not reaching for anything, but I'm going to gladly show you. It's just a cigarette. I don't litter. See how good I am? See how I'm not trying to break any laws?
You're good, dude.
I get it, dude.
I'm not out here saying that, you are.
Fishing, those are all the dates.
Can I see it?
Under Florida law, I've just done you a solid by saying, here's my fishing license. I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to run my name through David, NCIC, FCIC, all those other databases that pertain nothing to do with my fishing license. Nothing. Right now, if we're questioning my fishing license, which I clearly have, you can call FWC and they can come out and check it. Because right now, all I'm doing is trying to go fish into that park right down the road here, like right at the end of this block.
For those who might not be familiar, the NCIC, or National Crime Information Center, is a nationwide database that stores a wide range of information, including criminal records, stolen property, and more. Each state also has its own version of this system. For instance, in Florida, it's called the FCIC, or Florida Crime Information Center, while in Georgia, it's the GCIC, or Georgia Crime Information Center. When a police officer demands your ID and you provide it, your information is entered into these databases. This process isn't just a quick check. Once your details are in there, they're stored indefinitely. This means that even if you're not involved in any criminal activity, your information becomes part of a permanent record accessible by law enforcement agencies across the country. This is why it's so important to be aware of your rights. If you haven't committed a crime or there's no reasonable, articulable suspicion that you're involved in one, you shouldn't be compelled to provide your ID. Doing so can lead to your personal information being unnecessarily stored in these databases. It's not just about avoiding a potential hassle, it's about safeguarding your privacy and ensuring that your rights aren't violated. So stand firm and know that unless there's a legitimate reason tied to a specific crime, you have the right to withhold your ID and keep your information out of these systems.
Right now, if we're questioning my fishing license, which I clearly have, you can call FWC and they can come out and check it. Because right now, all I'm doing is trying to go fish into that park right down the road here, like right at the end of this block. And that's all I'm doing is just going fishing, man. Under 901-151, what crime am I committing?
So, and it doesn't have to be a commission of a crime. Bruh. And it can be the investigation.
You can investigate all you want.
But listen,
but
at this point, for us, this is a suspicious person call.
But
so
suspicion isn't until you came out here, and I'm telling you I'm going fishing. So we've just dispelled the suspicion part now. We're past suspicion. I'm not suspicion because the person that called, suspicious person. You come out here, you meet me, I'm going fishing. The suspicion part is now over.
Okay, but
right?
Listen, what I'm saying is the suspicion part isn't over for me because how do I know that you're allowed to carry? How do I know that you're not a convicted felon?
Florida,
you're not supposed to be
Florida
with a firearm.
I can pull up a case law for you. It's called Florida versus JL, State versus JL. The guy was a convicted felon. He had a firearm on him, left it in the back of an Uber, and when they went through the whole court proceedings, they threw it out because there was no suspicion of a crime. They didn't have the right to identify him because they didn't know if he'd broken a law yet. That's the key thing about 901-151. State versus J.L.
Look that up. Show that to him. I'll be right back.
Yeah, no worries. I'm not going anywhere. Right there. Asserts that the police officer did not have the requisite reasonable suspicion to justify a stop or frisk, that consequently the seizure of the firearm was unconstitutional. See what I'm saying? Like, this is the federal case law. This came straight out of Florida. It actually came out where I live. I know about this case law, and the only reason I know about this case law is because these are very pertinent to my constitutional rights. You know what I mean? And I'm not trying to be a hard butt about this. I'm not trying to give you a hard time. But what I am saying is that I am lawfully doing what by law to a T right now. And unless I am suspected of a crime, you can't ID me, man. Like, I literally have a fishing license valid. It's valid till July of this year. I'm going fishing. I'm going crabbing. This is what the net's for. You know, like, I'm not trying to give you guys a hard time. I'm really not. But, you know, I deal with this on a daily. Like, this is what I do. You know, I'm sure you've seen the YouTube channel, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's several of them.
Yeah, it's 90% of them are me, man.
Okay. Did you build that?
Yes, sir. The same oath that you took to swear and uphold to defend my rights. You know, this is my right to do this. And, you know, I'm not trying to give you guys a hard time about any of this.
I know. I'm not sure what.
Yeah, I don't know either.
You're good.
Like, Yeah, if you want, I'm literally gonna be right up here at the end of the block,
Yeah.
right at the thing, and I think there's fishing there. I don't know 100% yet until I usually get to where I'm going fishing. If there's a sign that says no fishing, I'll just
There
be.
used to be one. I'm not sure.
If there is a sign there that says no fishing and I see it, I'm turning my butt around and I'll go right back to my car and I'll be done. But like I said, I'm pretty sure there's fishing. People told me there's fishing over here, so.
Yeah, people have been out here fishing.
Yeah. Yes, sir. I think we're good. All right. I don't see them.
So folks, after seeing situations like the one in the video, it's clear that we all need to be prepared. Stand firm, ask questions, and don't be afraid to assert your rights, because at the end of the day, the law is there to protect us, but only if we know how to use it, right? Do not forget to check out the Armed Fisherman channel and subscribe to him as well. Now let's check out our second clip. So in this clip, you're going to see an innocent guy dealing with a pretty intense situation during a traffic stop. As usual, the officer throws out his favorite line, identify yourself. But this time, he doesn't stop there. He wants everyone in the car to hand over their ID. Now, the passenger isn't just going along with it. He stands his ground, asking the officer why he needs to show his ID, especially when he's not even driving and there's no good reason for the stop. The guy even asks for a supervisor to come over, but instead of calming down, the officer gets all worked up, getting aggressive and trying to force him out of the car. It's one of those moments where you can't help but wonder, does the passenger really need to show ID? Check out what happens next and drop your thoughts in the comments.
Okay. You're pulled over for lawful reason, therefore
I'm not driving.
Right, but we have legal reason to identify everybody in the car.
No, you don't.
Okay.
Your Scobo authority stops
No.
with the driver.
No, we can identify everybody in the car.
Here you go with this, sir.
So
Can we get supervisor, please?
there's two ways. Yeah, he's on the way. There's two
That's
ways.
fine. That's fine.
You can either give it to us, or we can
Give you what?
Your identification. We need to find out who you are
Why me?
because you're in the car.
I'm not driving.
I understand.
But what's the reason for me
Pull
to?
somebody over. We can identify anybody in the car.
No, you can't.
Yes.
You're wrong. I'll challenge you on that.
Okay.
148.G.
We need to open the door.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. We'll sit here and wait for your supervisor. But you're on the very wrong. You're violating my rights. You're about to violate my rights. Whoa.
Excuse me, sir, you're not allowed to do that.
Whoa.
Just keep your hands where I
Here,
can see you.
babe, hold this. Hold this. That's fine.
Okay. I don't want to do anything. I don't want to hurt you. I don't
That's
want to
fine.
fight for your kids.
That's fine. That's fine.
Step out of
That's
the
fine.
courtroom.
Yeah, that's fine.
Just keep your hands where I
That's
can see
fine.
you.
Babe, make sure you record.
I am.
You can record. That's fine. That's what you're not supposed to have, right?
No, absolutely
Nothing
not.
illegal?
Absolutely not.
You're not on probation, parole, nothing like
He
that.
literally just got off of work.
Okay, that's
Yeah,
fine.
like I don't consent to no search and no seizures or nothing like that. So if you can terror search me, that's fine. But
Okay,
Do
you got
not-
small right here, right?
yes, wallet. Do not. No, absolutely not. I do not consent to any of that. That's fine.
You're not
I
under
do not
arrest.
consent to any of that. No, that's fine. Well, oh, there you go. Obviously. So under what am I arrested for? What
You're
crime?
not under arrest. I just told you that.
No, but you're arresting me. You have handcuffs on me.
I'm gonna handcuff you just to make sure everybody's safe, so I don't get hurt. You don't get hurt, nothing like that.
No, but now, no, that's absolutely wrong. You're violating my rights right now. Babe, make sure you record everything, babe, okay?
Yes.
Make sure you record everything. Every single thing. Right on top in here. That's fine because you're already violating my rights. Right? Make sure he's going through my wallet. No, make sure, get that wallet. There's other stuff you need to get in. There's other stuff.
What else
Because
is in there?
there's paperwork in there saying that I'm off of probation and everything.
Okay.
Yeah, so go ahead and get that.
That's fine. I just want to know who you are.
No, that's you're violating my rights right now. You're violating my rights. You know that.
No, I'm not violating your rights.
Yeah, because I'm not driving. So why are you searching me?
Because we can identify anybody in the car.
No, absolutely not. For what reason? I'm not driving. I'm not driving at all.
I understand.
So why are you searching me?
Because we can identify anybody in the car.
Absolutely
You don't wanna
not.
give us your
No.
identification.
I'm not driving. Your scope of authority stops the driver. So my wife is recording you right now. So
No,
everything
I see
you're
the
doing,
phone.
yeah, everything you're doing right now is being documented. So you know you're wrong.
No,
You
no,
know
no,
that.
no.
Yes. Your scope of authority stops with the driver.
Okay.
Right or not?
No, not right. But you're just gonna say the same
What's
thing
your
over
name? What's your name and badge number?
What's that?
Name and badge number.
Deputy Taylor?
Please say it to the phone, please.
I'm talking to you, not
Badge number. Badge number, please. Badge number, please.
Badge number doesn't matter.
Is that what you say to the judge?
I've never given a judge a badge number.
Oh, is that right? Badge number, please. Name and badge number.
You're looking right at it.
Is that what you say to the judge? You tell the judge you're looking right at it? Is that what you said, Judge? 2282, babe. 2282. Look it. Go ahead and look at my wallet. I'm on probation. I'm not on any kind of. I'm not wanted for anything.
I'm moving to Apple Valley.
Why are you?
I'm like,
Because you guys.
I'm moving to Apple Valley. I live in this area. I'm like,
No. Please, my right. Because I'm in a passenger seat with my wife and my kids, and you guys are IDing me and having handcuffed for what reason?
your dad has happened to Dad before, okay? They just think that they're doing their job and they're just, okay? I love Freddie with all his heart. He loves you with all his heart. Don't cry.
Badge number?
I don't know his badge number.
You don't know. But what's his last name?
Baylor.
Baylor?
Yeah.
Okay,
Baylor.
and what's your name and badge number?
Deputy Dominguez.
Okay, you want the badge number? Cool. Thanks.
My card.
I know it's nothing against you guys, but you guys will be hearing from us, all right?
Alright.
Thank you guys. Got a quarter of my kids in the back. They had me in handcuffs. I just got released from the handcuffs out of the SUV back there from the cops. They released me and they had me in handcuffs and in the car because I did not want to show them my license, my ID. Apparently because, and I'm in the passenger seat, as you guys can see. Here's my wife right here. Here's my wife. And I'm in the passenger seat and they had me in handcuffs and me in the back seat because I did not want to show them my ID, even though I wasn't driving or doing anything wrong.
That's a tough situation. In the US, the rules around passengers having to show ID during a traffic stop can be a bit murky, but let's break it down with a friendly approach. Generally, in most states, passengers aren't legally required to show ID unless there's a specific reason for it. If the stop is just a routine traffic stop, the driver has to provide their ID and license. For passengers, it's a different story. They usually don't have to provide ID unless the officer has a legitimate reason to believe that the passenger is involved in criminal activity or there's a specific state law that requires it. Now, in terms of the US Constitution, particularly the Fourth Amendment, which protects against unreasonable searches and seizures, the passenger's right to not show ID unless there's a solid reason is pretty clear. If the officer doesn't have a reasonable suspicion or probable cause that the passenger is involved in something illegal, demanding ID can be considered an overreach. Asking for a supervisor and questioning why ID is needed is a reasonable response, especially if the officer's behavior escalates. Everyone has the right to challenge a potential abuse of power. It's all about making sure that any demands made by law enforcement are within their legal bounds and that everyone involved is treated fairly. In summary, while passengers typically don't have to show ID during a traffic stop, the specifics can vary by state. It's always good to know your rights and keep interactions respectful but firm, especially when things start to heat up.
What's going on, guys?
Hey, what's up, buddy?
How are you?
I'm
Got a
good.
call for a suspicious car that's been here
Okay.
for some time, and I'm here to check it out, make sure everything's good.
Hey, before we start, can I get a name and badge number?
Sure, Officer Hill, badge number 548,
And what department are you from?
Pennsville.
And where's that located?
Here,
No, the address.
90 North Broadway.
90 North Broadway, okay. So you said you got a call about a suspicious car. And what else?
Suspicious vehicle,
Uh-huh.
and that's it.
Okay.
That's been parked here for quite some time. So I'm just here to check it out.
Okay, officer. Like I told the individual who approached me,
Okay,
I'm parked legally. I'm not doing anything wrong. And I'd just like to be left alone.
okay.
Because, as you know, we're American citizens and we don't have to explain ourselves to people what we're doing if we're not breaking the law, right?
Right.
So that's all I told the individual, and quite frankly, man, I just like to be left alone to be a free citizen.
Okay,
Yeah?
yeah. All right, I just gotta get, is this your car?
I'm not going to answer any questions. I'm going to
Okay.
invoke my Fourth Amendment right. Yeah.
All right. Can I get your name, sir?
You don't have to answer any questions. Yeah.
Okay.
This is not a Terry stop, as you know.
Yeah, I know. It's just I'm conducting an investigation.
No, I
so
know, but still.
I gotta get information on who I'm talking to.
No, you don't.
I do.
Brong v. Texas states that just because you got a call that didn't give you any probable cause or reasonable articulable suspicion of a crime, you don't have the right to identify anyone.
Okay.
So, that's case law.
All right. Well, what I'll say is, yeah, you're parked legally. Just
Sure.
You're fine to do whatever you please. Okay.
So then, okay. So like you said, I'm fine.
Yeah.
But why would you state that you have to get the ID of everyone in the car when you know that that's against the law
I
to
tell
identify
everyone
someone?
the same thing when I'm conducting an
Is
investigation.
that common
I like to-
practice?
Is that what
Is
I
that
do?
common practice? Yeah, like
Yeah. If
okay,
I'm conducting an investigation, I'd like to get the name of everyone that I'm talking to.
okay. It's not
Just like
optional.
Just like how you asked my name and everything.
You're a public official. I'm a private citizen.
I know,
yeah.
but I'm saying, you know how you like to speak
Yeah.
with my name and everything. I like to do the same thing.
And you're respectful of people who don't want to give their names, correct? That's one. Okay, good. Well then,
Yeah,
we're good
I mean,
then.
you're not breaking any laws. So.
Perfect. Yeah. I would appreciate it if you let her know that I'm not breaking any law, and them also. Apparently, they feel that because you're parked in front of their house, that they own this property and no one else can park here.
Right.
So, yeah.
And like I said, you're parked legally. What I will suggest, and you don't have to, is we have a boat ramp. We have a park. If you would like to go park there, I know you can park here. That way, people don't call on you and say, "Hey, this car's suspicious."
That's a good suggestion, but a better suggestion would be just educating the citizens that people have the right to park on the public street and shouldn't have to go to boat ramp just because they're uncomfortable. That would be the legal and wiser approach.
That's why I'm not making you leave.
I know. I just didn't like that suggestion. Just leaving from here because she's uncomfortable, going somewhere else at a boat ramp. I want to be parked legally where I can be.
Yep.
And if they're uncomfortable, that's unfortunate. That's on them for not knowing the law.
I got you.
Right? That's not on me.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't deal with uncomfortable, man. I try to work with the law.
All right.
Folks, this is where it should have ended. No need for what happens next. The guy's just sitting in his car, parked on a public street in a neighborhood, not bothering anyone. Sure, some people might think it looks suspicious, but let's be real. Being suspicious isn't a crime. Now, I get that cops have to check things out when someone calls them. That's their job. But when they do, they need to keep it professional and know when to back off instead of pushing things and stepping on someone's rights.
So,
Thanks, sir.
All right, thank you.
How you doing, sir?
Hello, sir.
Are you
I'm not going to answer any questions. Before we start, can I get your name and badge number?
Davenport 519?
Okay, sir.
Okay, so here's where we're at.
Uh-huh.
In New Jersey or
Yes.
any state, you have to provide your name and information during an investigation or even a motor vehicle stop, okay?
Okay.
I know the RO of the cars. That's all I'm trying to confirm is that's who you are, so we can get out of here.
So you're saying in an investigation I have to legally provide my name?
Yes.
And if I consult my attorney, they'd say the same?
Correct.
And that's not true. Do you suspect me of committing a crime? Let's start with that. RAS. We need RAS, right? Okay. RAS, reasonable articulable suspicion of a crime. Do you suspect me of committing a crime? Did someone call and specifically say that I committed a crime? I'm just asking
Specifically, what crime would that be?
You tell me.
Well,
You were here. Someone called you for me.
Stating that you were sitting out in front of the house.
Correct.
For several hours.
Is that
And
a
that's what
crime?
we're just trying to find out what's going on because we had a house in this area that
Has nothing to do with me. Is that a crime,
well,
though?
I can't associate that. All I'm trying to do is get you out of here so we all can go about our way.
But do I have a Fourth Amendment right? Can you answer that?
What would that be, too?
You tell me. You're the officer. You know what a Fourth
And I'm
Amendment
saying
is,
this
right?
doesn't violate that Fourth
It
Amendment
does.
right.
No, if you force me to identify, it does.
Well, because you're driving a motor vehicle.
I'm not driving a motor vehicle. My vehicle is parked.
So you're still occupying a motor vehicle.
I can occupy a
You
motor
can
parked
operate.
vehicle. I can operate,
That
but I'm
you can
not.
operate, but it still is the same.
It's not the
You
same.
you have the right to operate it. On
Okay.
a public street.
But can I commit a moving violation while parking?
No, but you can't commit a parking violation.
So, am I committing a parking violation?
I don't know yet because I don't know if you're the registered owner of this
I'm
vehicle.
going to invoke my Fifth
So
Amendment
I
right.
don't know if you have a driver's license.
I'm going to invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent without a lawyer present to answer any questions.
While remaining silent?
Sure.
The cameraman nailed it. Plead the fifth and don't answer without a lawyer, especially in a situation like this. At this point, it's straight up harassment. If the officer keeps pushing, asking questions, and trying to step on this guy's rights, which he does, it's a losing game for the cop. This kind of behavior won't hold up in court.
Remember I told you Bronx v. Texas, okay? So remember that case law.
Okay.
Just in case there's litigation. I've directed you exactly to the case law that governs this. Bronx v. Texas. Is your body camera on?
It's on.
Perfect.
It's always on.
And he is your supervisor, correct?
Correct.
Okay. All right, there. I'm not gonna resist, man.
No, you're
You're
good.
gonna put
You're
me
good.
under arrest. Look, here's my hands. I'm not gonna resist. I just want to make sure that we're on the same page, because
That's-
if
I
other
think we
officers tell
are,
me they're gonna
honestly.
pull me out of the car, and I just don't want to do. What are we gonna do?
Nah.
I'm very respectful. Are we
I'd
okay?
say- yeah. So here's what we're gonna do.
Sure.
Okay? Because I really don't want this massive headache of whatever's going on.
Okay.
So, what my thing is obviously this car's registered in New Jersey, right? So we can pull the registration, see who the RO is, and see if the RO matches your picture in the DMV system.
Public plate, right? Public license plate. So yeah, you guys
Right,
have the right
exactly.
to do that. Yep.
Okay. So, to me, that's the easiest way to resolve the whole matter. And
I
just
think so too.
all of us going about our way, right?
Perfect.
Okay?
I'm okay with that.
That work for you?
Yep.
'Cause I don't feel like having to go to this just for a simple little suspicious vehicle investigation.
Yep.
The whole reason why we're pushing it that far is because we literally just had an incident at the school that's 100 yards away.
Okay.
So that's why we're in the area now anyway. So
Listen,
just
I
letting you
understand that, but anybody who's parking the street doesn't mean they're associated with that incident.
no, I get it. I get it.
But,
But
yeah.
at the same time, we gotta if you gotta get out of here you got here somehow. You gotta get out of here somehow. All I have to do is make sure you got a valid license and you're on your way. So I can
Not gonna happen, man. Not gonna happen. I'm not giving you a license for you to make sure I have a valid license. That is not accordance with the law.
I got your point, but here's the thing.
Sure.
If you drive away from here and something happens,
Yes.
we're gonna have to get your license at that point. Get what I'm saying?
Well, you have to have a legal reason to pull me over. And like I told him,
I know. I'm not saying we're gonna sit here and try to pull you over.
No,
I'm
I
just
get
saying,
that.
God forbid, something else happens
I
from now.
know
Got
that
me?
I have a license that is valid and is legal for me to operate on this
Okay.
roadway. Okay.
All right.
And that's why I have dash cameras front, back, side to side to make sure I'm covered.
Right.
Okay.
Well, it makes it
Just
easy,
like how you
better
guys
for you.
have your cameras.
Yeah,
too.
we gotta
I
have everything
mine
on
too,
camera.
Mine too.
Yep.
So
All right.
I'm not worried about that part.
All right. You have a good one.
I
We're
never
gonna get
said I
out of here.
missed it. Good. All right. Thank you very much, man.
Folks, this is why I share these videos, to help you guys understand your rights and stay prepared. There are plenty of officers out there who either don't know the laws they're supposed to enforce or conveniently forget them. And let's not sugarcoat it. They're allowed to lie to you to get what they want. But guess what? Your camera doesn't lie, and it doesn't forget. The US Constitution, especially the Fifth Amendment, is there to protect you. You have the right to stay silent and not say anything that could be used against you later. If an officer keeps pushing or tries to cross the line, your silence and your footage are your best defense. And when you take it to court, that's when the truth comes out and justice is on your side. Always stay calm, know your rights, and let your camera do the talking.